Good morning, parents, graduates, advisors, guests, and our educational partners, students, and families watching this being streamed on, I think, every continent except for Antarctica. Compliments of Village Connected Media. I'm Manfred Smith, Principal Director of the Learning Community International, and I welcome you to our 2016 graduation celebration honoring these fine young men and women today. Empowerment, which is increasing the capacity of individuals to make choices, to transform these choices into desired outcomes, has been TLCI's mission for 32 years, back from 1984. For those years, empowering students to realize their highest potential has been the goal of advisors, administrators, board of advisors, and the school's board of directors. TLCI's educational approach, which is rarely practiced by schools anywhere, offers our students the opportunity to become full partners in the educational journey, empowering them to discover hidden talents, interests, and for many, rekindling their motivation to learn and the excitement that accompanies success in achieving their goals. It's personally rewarding to see a growing interest in TLCI nationally and internationally, but not only families seeking truly individualized program for their children, but a diverse number of educational organizations, including tutoring centers, learning centers, and private schools wishing to partner with TLCI. Our alumni will soon pass 1,300 and rise significantly by the end of the decade due to the increasing interest in TLCI's unique approach to educating children. The person most responsible for TLCI's growth, nationally and internationally, is TLCI Executive Director, Nancy DeLuca-Stempel. Nancy began her journey with TLCI 29 years ago as an enrolled family. She has been an advisor to hundreds of families. She was high school director for over a decade, and for the last almost decade, Executive Director responsible for TLCI's domestic and international program, where she has done an amazing job reaching across the globe to expand enrollment and partnerships. Please welcome our longtime friend, Nancy DeLuca-Stempel.
Thank you, Manfred. Manfred talked about the mission of TLCI. Manfred's and co-founder Barber Klein's inspiration for TLCI was the empowerment of the individual. As Manfred said, empowerment is increasing the capacity of individuals to make choices and to transform those choices into desired outcomes. Right. Therefore, the individualized learning plan continues to be the backbone of the TLCI programs. Over the past several years, Manfred and I and our trusted team have continuously reflected on the services that best facilitate empowerment for students and parents. Recently, we engaged college professors as student advisors who are trained in the on-course principles of personal awareness, self-management, lifelong learning, and belief in yourself. We have a professional career and life counselor working with students during each year of their high school career. We're providing student accessibility to mentors with engineering degrees and higher mathematical experience. We've identified specialists in areas of autism and special education to support and guide our families. And we have a bank of small business owners who are ready to share their knowledge with our budding entrepreneurs. Through a combination of gift and talent testing, customized courses, resources, and comprehensive support, our programs give students the concrete tools they need to better understand themselves, thereby developing the ability to make informed choices about their future. Over the past 10 years, we've had inquiries from parents around the world: Saudi Arabia, India, Ireland, Costa Rica, Korea, Australia, and more. When I ask them how they found us, most times they say it wasn't easy, and they exhausted Google. Some have said, I knew what I wanted, but I didn't know if anything like it really exists, and you're exactly what I've been looking for. These kinds of comments have inspired us to create an internet marketing plan and to develop other strategies to become more visible and stop being the best kept secret. By the way, are you all following us on Facebook? If not, please do. In 2014, we created a partnership with John Kim from Seoul, Korea. John is a veteran educator and now an associate director providing TLCI awareness in Korea. We are enrolling and graduating high school students from Korea who are being accepted at universities in the United States. The Higher Learning Center in Trinidad has been referring students to TLCI for over 8 years. Currently, we have established a relationship with a faculty member who is actively introducing TLCI to Trinidadian educational professionals and organizations that support individualized learning opportunities. In addition, we have the TLCI Ambassador Program and a growing alumni program. We have workshops and seminars for both TLCI and local students and parents right here at the Village Connector. In this way, we are trying to change from being the best kept secret to a visible and easily accessible international learning community. TLCI partners with business professionals, and our guest speaker today is one of my favorite. It's my pleasure to introduce Klein. Not only is Glenn a valued member of TLCI's advisory board, but he is the founder of Village Connector Media, the People's Prosperity Network. Glenn's mission is to use internet television and radio to deliver personal development content worldwide. His goal is to help people invest in themselves and to work with others who are doing the same. Mr. Glenn Carnes.
Greetings, Manfred, Nancy, parents and family, and last but not least, graduates. Congratulations to all of you, greetings to all of you, and thank you for joining us here in Village Connector community. I'm overwhelmed with emotion, even though I'm trying to hold back tears because the tissues are all the way at the back of the room. But this is actually our 4th year live streaming this event on behalf of the Learning Community International, and it's our 3rd year hosting it at this facility, Village Connector Community. And I can't tell you that the excitement about this event has ever waned. I can see this happening 10, 15 years from now, and I'll be just as excited as I am right now. Now, I have a tendency to be a little less serious than your average commencement speaker, because I find that a lot of people take themselves a little bit too seriously. And I actually learned that a while back because I used to be a practicing lawyer, and I used to take myself pretty seriously back then. Until one of my clients told me, Glenn, don't take yourself so seriously because nobody else does. But that was a learning experience. That was a learning experience because I found that as I learned to humble myself, I became open to even more expansive learning opportunities. It's amazing how much you can learn when you don't have to be too selective about who you can learn from. And that's one of the wonderful things about the Learning Community International, is that you get to craft your own learning experience. There is nothing like being able to decide what you want to learn and how you want to learn it and how you will apply it in life. So I'm very excited for you, for each and every one of you. And I want you to know that my son actually is a Learning Community International student as well. So with that in mind, we eat our own cooking here at Village Connector Community. Now, with that in mind, I'm sure that as you approach graduation, that you probably heard the normal things from parents and relatives. How many of your parents and relatives were telling you to go out and be successful? Everybody heard that? You know, did anyone tell you not to go out and be successful? Because we'll have a chat about that too, but seriously. Most of you are thinking about beginning a lifetime journey that starts with an education process, continues your education process. And that's all good. And most of you are doing that with the intention of achieving success, whatever that means. I may blow a little bit of smoke out of your tails here with this, but I want you to understand this. I'm going to tell you not to go out and be successful. I'm going to tell you to ignore the people who would tell you that in the context of success for the sake of success. I'm going to tell you that your focus should be to go out and be significant. You see, significance is what leads to success, but significance always precedes it, because until you are significant, there's no way for you to be of service to other people. Now, significance means simply this: going out and finding a way to have an impact in the world. And you as a TLCI student have the ability to craft that situation for yourself ongoing. You've already been through your TLCI experience. And what you've learned here with the Learning Community International is just going to continue as life goes on, because the Learning Community International is about life. It's the real world. So I want you to understand that, again, you're already equipped with what you need to create the lifestyle that you wish to have for yourself. And that lifestyle will be a success as long as you find a way to be significant. Significance is very, very simple. Find a way to serve others. Find a way to serve others. A lot of people think service means volunteer work. That's not what I'm talking about. Service means finding a way to help others achieve what they're seeking to achieve with the skills and talents that you will go out and develop. It's really one of the best ways you could ever picture yourself going through life, is choosing a profession or a calling that allows you to help other people be the best they can be at what they're trying to do. It just makes sense. That's one of the reasons I love what we do here at Village Connector. It's because everything that we do is designed to help other people be better at who they are and what they're doing. You have that same opportunity in whatever profession you choose, whether you become a teacher, whether you become a lawyer, a doctor, whatever it is. Whether you decide that you don't want to do any of those things, you'll find a way to be significant to others, and they'll pay you for it as well. So I want you to understand that you are at a distinct advantage in graduating from high school at this point in time. And I'm serious when I tell you that there has never been a better opportunity than now for people graduating from school to get out into the real world and to be able to have more resources available to them to craft the things that interest them and to pursue them. You know, back when I was, I know I'm dating myself, some of your parents may can relate to this, but we didn't have the internet. You know, I went to law school. There was no such thing as the internet. I couldn't even have dreamed back then that I would end up with an internet television and radio station that reached people around the world with personal development content. That could not even have been conceived back then. But that's where your opportunity is today, to be forward thinking, to always be focused on what it is that you could be doing next with the resources that you have around you. And there are lots of them. Your biggest challenge is not deciding what you want to do, but deciding what to do first. So my coaching to you on that is to seek out the opinion of people who you respect that are doing the things that you'd like to be doing, and find out what they did to make it happen for them. There are plenty of people out here who will be happy to help you to reach your full potential so that you can in turn do the same for others. So as you go out into the next phase of your academic pursuit, some of you may be going on to continue in another educational environment. Some of you may be ready to be out here for business on your own. Whatever it is that you're going to do, get out and do it and enjoy it. Life was meant to be enjoyed, not tolerated. There's no reason to suffer through it. You should be celebrating it. So I want to thank you. I want to congratulate you each. And I want you to know that the Learning Community International community and the Village Connector community are very proud of each and every one of you. Thank you very much for having me today.
I think it should be self-evident why Glenn Carnes is a speaker here as one of our featured speakers. And thank you very much for your inspiration, as always, and the great value you bring to TLCI and us personally. Because it's not just TLCI that Glenn advises, he also advises Nancy and myself, because we also run the entire consulting business beyond what we do here. So thank you. At this time, I would like to take the opportunity to thank all of our board members, our advisory board members, for their help and expertise. Please join me in recognizing the ones that are here today. Of course, you just heard from Glenn. He's the founder of Village Collective Media, People's Prosperity Network. His goal is to help people invest in themselves and work with others to do the same. Susan Combe. You want to stand up, Susan? So we can, Susan Combe, a certified Rockport Institute career coach. She owns and manages a consulting business, Handmade Life, with the belief that career satisfaction rests in doing what we do best. Dr. Harvey Stempel, all the way back there, but not late. Harvey's professor and counselor of the Disability Office at the Montgomery College of Germantown campus, and of course, our advisor for high school. Also, we've made many updates to TLCI because of suggestions provided by our advisory board. There are others, obviously, besides the ones that are here today. And we have many more updates in the works as we move forward. So we thank you all for your expertise and your guidance. Through generous awards, generous donations, I should say, by families like yourselves and business partnership, TLCI awards several scholarships and awards. These are, we have 4, I believe, Barber, Nichols, Klein Memorial Scholarship Awards. Barber Klein was the co-founder of TLCI and principal director until their untimely death in 2005. They are the Futures Award, the Distinction in the Arts, Academic Merit, and Alumni Achievement, which is new this year. TLCI also offers 2 awards, the John Holt Independent Learner Award, and beginning this year, an award to honor students for entrepreneurial success and innovation during high school. Each scholarship and award comes with $500 paid directly to the recipient that he or she can use for college, travel, or any other worthy purpose that they choose. This year, TLCI has recognized 1 graduate and 1 alumnus. To introduce the winner of the first annual Barber Nichols Klein Alumni Achievement Award is Richard Klein, President of the Board of Directors of the Community Inc., TLCI's parent organization. Richard.
Thank you, Manfred. I am honored to present the first TLCI Barber Nichols Klein Alumni Achievement Award. Up until this award, all the TLCI scholarship awards have gone to members of the current graduating class for use in furthering their education or other endeavor they choose to pursue after graduation. My wife, Tatiana, who also knew and loved Barbara, we like to think that Barbara introduced us and gave me a reference for her. And I thought it would be a fitting tribute to Barbara to give the award to a TLCI graduate who had taken what they had received from their TLCI homeschooling experience and applied it to making a contribution in the real world. This certainly describes our first recipient, Jamie Wilder, class of 2009. Jamie Wilder was an outstanding TLCI student. After graduating, she enthusiastically applied the learning skills and the living is learning ethic she developed as a TLCI student to her college career and her professional life. She earned 2 AA degrees from Howard Community College and graduated magna cum laude from St. Mary's College of Maryland. Yeah. Yes. With a Bachelor's of Art in Anthropology. Jamie continues using what she learned at TLCI to engage the Howard County community in conversations and educational activities involving archaeology in her current position as the Heritage Program Coordinator for Howard County Recreation and Parks. It's my pleasure to present this award to Jamie.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you. Good to know we're all awake here. All right, well, thank you, Richard and Tatiana. Thank you, Richard, for that introduction. Today, you take time to reflect and remember all of the trials and tribulations and tremendous victories you have experienced to receive your diplomas today. I am thrilled to be able to join in celebrating the close of one chapter of your lifelong education and the beginning of another. I would like to thank both Tatiana and Richard Klein for creating this award in honor of Barbara, and in doing so, further increasing the appreciation amongst students, staff, and alumni in TLCI for the achievements we as an educational community continue to make after our years in this program. Passionate, driven, articulate, and dedicated, as well as organized. These words sound like they were copied directly from a resume. Employers, we are told, are looking for the essence of you on job applications. And such power words are used by fast food workers and Fortune 500 CEOs alike to convey their message that they are unique in a world of over 7 billion people. How did I make myself stand out in the cacophony that is the current job market, you ask? The answer is simple: my outlook and my habits, which I developed as a student at TLCI. As a student at TLCI, I gained exposure to a myriad of events that provided me rare opportunities to engage with my curriculum rather than being a passive participant. Perhaps the most valuable part of my middle and high school education was the ability to be involved with more varied and complex enrichment activities than my public and other private school counterparts. It became second nature to follow up questions such as, what do astronauts eat in space, with a visit to the NASA Goddard Space Center to ask the experts themselves. My natural inclination of curiosity was nurtured, and the outcome was an intense passion for learning. And this came about because I enjoyed what all TLCI students have, and that, as you all very well know, is the flexibility and freedom to explore and express themselves in different topics and different venues of learning. In classrooms, dining rooms, museums, sidewalks, backyards, even retail stores, any topic, in any setting, could become the inspiration and backdrop for a lesson. In 2009, I gave my fellow TLCI graduates, a speech reminding us of how fortunate we were for the doors we could and would open with the key that is our truly exceptional learning style. 7 years, 2 associate's degrees, 1 bachelor's degree, 4 archaeological field schools, and 5 jobs later, I still implement the tools I picked up and honed at TLCI. As a professional archaeologist and heritage program coordinator for Howard County Recreation and Parks, my job is even better than I could have ever envisioned. I get paid to inspire, educate, and nurture the same curiosity inherent in us all. I unearth new history every day, sharing the lifeways of people several thousand or several hundred years ago with the public. The passion and dedication I have for my job get to be expressed through professional and impromptu settings, but people are always surprised to hear that my drive to literally and figuratively dig for the truth was realized and allowed to flourish many, many years before I even picked up a trowel. Community is at the heart of my career, and that's another lesson that I learned as a student at TLCI. I make daily connections to local, regional, and national levels of community, and my capacity to look beyond what is or is not present to find these pathways has proven vital. Part of my resume reads, passionate, driven, articulate, dedicated, and organized. Yet they have become more than words employers will read in 30 seconds or less. They are descriptors of how I live my life. While I may be the recipient of this award for this year, each of you is now charged with embodying the essence of our learning philosophy, even after you go home and frame up your diploma. And that is so that you may continue to contribute to your communities as engaged, active citizens. Tatiana and Richard, I am honored to receive this award, for I believe, as do you, that the real reward comes from being able to live and apply the TLCI principles throughout this educational journey we call life. Thank you once again, and to the class of 2016, I excitedly welcome you to the world as TLCI alumni. Congratulations.
Well, I guess at this point we're done, right? I mean, she said about everything we need to say, right? Thank you, Jamie. That was very encouraging, very inspiring. Appreciate that very much. And we expect to see you all here in the future sometime, too. To introduce the winner of TLCI's first annual Entrepreneurial and Innovation Award is our TLCI advisor and graduate coordinator, Sarah Sagalon.
Hi. The recipient of this award is Maddie May Hayes Taylor. Maddie is unexpectedly very ill and wasn't able to attend. And so I'm going to give a shot at her speech and read it for you. Now, this award is given for creating, developing, and successfully operating a growing business or ideation to create a product, service, or new application. In Maddie's case, Maddie started her own business, and I'm going to read her words to you now. I'm feeling a bit nostalgic as I reflect back through my school years. There were so many moments that I would love to share with all of you. First, however, let me give a huge thanks to my family. Thank you for all the help, awesome field trips, experiments, and most of all, for the countless times you encouraged me. Thank you to Maria Wilder for ensuring that I obtained the best education possible. And lastly, a huge thanks to the greatest big brother a girl could have. I feel so fortunate to have been in TLCI. The greatest benefit to my alternative education was that I got to work at my own pace in a safe, comfortable, and non-distracting atmosphere. However, there were many days I wished I was worried about what I was going to wear to school rather than trying to figure out those difficult math problems. My favorite subject has always been history. From the forts along the Chesapeake to the railways and battlefields of Western Maryland, I have visited and studied all of Maryland's historical landmarks. Seeing what others have done before me and reading about local legends such as Edgar Allan Poe and Francis Scott Key made me believe that anything is possible. The achievement that I am most proud of is that while I am still learning, I have utilized my fundamental business skills and started my own business. I am the designer, accountant, and marketer of Maddie's Crafty Creations. Along with working on my own business, I am also a consultant for Pink Zebra Home. I enjoy this so much that I would like to pursue a degree in business and marketing. I would like to thank TLCI and Jeannie and Manfred Smith for choosing me for the TLCI Entrepreneurship and Innovation Award. I would like to thank Maria and everyone at TLCI for the opportunities they have opened to me. Their constant support, guidance, and approval have made my growth in education possible. My future is now a little brighter thanks to all of their work and pushing me to be a confident and smart businesswoman. With this award, I have a jump start on making my business a viable plan for my future. So in conclusion, as I look to the future, I am grateful for my education and all of the life lessons I've learned along the way. The greatest lesson of all, there is nothing I cannot achieve if I put my heart into it. Okay. We hope you feel better, Maddie.
Thank you. Thank you. Just because she's not here, this is a certificate for Entrepreneurship. You have a chance to take a look at it. And before you do that, there's a check that goes with it. Thank you. At most school graduations, it's adults doing all the talking, punctuated with one valedictorian giving a speech to an audience of silent graduates. At TLCI, every graduate is a valedictorian, and I just lost my place. That's okay. I'll figure it out. And as a result, this is probably the most highlight of this entire ceremony is the fact we get a chance to hear the graduates themselves actually speak. So this time, I would like to call our first graduate and have them come up and share their experiences with their experience in TLCI. James Carnes.
Hello, my name is James Carnes, but my family and friends call me Jim. Because I've been homeschooled since kindergarten, I've enjoyed having a very flexible schedule and curriculum. My 3 years of high school have been fun and challenging. The subject I enjoyed the most was science, because I got to learn my favorite TV show, The Mythbusters. I even had a chance to see Mythbusters on stage doing things I'd never seen done before, such as Adam hanging from the ceiling from folded phone books. I also had the opportunity to go to a hackers convention with my father, where I learned hands-on about lockpicking. I found it interesting to learn how the pins in a lock work and which lock design is more secure. The lockpicking and Mythbusters experience have considered me to choose mechanical engineering for future study. I also had made challenges in my 3 years of high school, mainly because I had dyslexia. English and writing were the 2 subjects that were the most challenging. With the help of my friends and family, those subjects became easier. To improve, I took a year-long writing course. I was determined, and my writing has improved a great deal. I like being able to write about my favorite things such as Star Wars and gaming, and I am proud to write this speech. Aside from schoolwork, I love gaming. I am a gamer at heart and always will be. So in the fall, I plan to go to community college of Baltimore County, where I hope to learn about computers, gaming technology, and mechanical engineering. I would like to thank my parents, my tutor Ann, my grandmother Van, my cousin Sean, and my friend Gerald for helping me to the point where I am now. Thank you.
Thank you. Brian Evans.
Good morning. Good morning. My name is Brian Evans, and I would like to share my high school experience with you. As a freshman, I attended Frederick Douglass High School in Upper Marlboro, and outside of my regular studies, I participated in Naval ROTC. My freshman year was cut short because my father died. I took some time out of school to grieve and think and basically reevaluate my entire life. I reevaluated my goals, my priorities, everything changed. As a child, I didn't really understand that time is not as abundant as it seems, and it's an opportunity, one that I do not intend to waste. After my freshman year, obviously come sophomore year, I attended Flowers High School, and I didn't think I was getting the best education that I could at the time for my new set of priorities and goals, so I began to look for alternatives. My junior year was the year I began at TLCI, and it was a great and uneasy first year. I'd always gone to a public school, so the idea of homeschooling was a little uneasy. After some fine-tuning, I was able to focus on new subjects that I never would have had the chance to at my old school, such as Latin and physiology. I even got a chance to go to Europe and study abroad, so it was definitely a memorable change. My senior year started off with several road trips to several colleges. Some of those were University of North Carolina and Duquesne University. 2 months later, and countless essays, I received my acceptance letter to Duquesne, which succeeded in telling me that anything is possible if I try hard enough and work long hours. I'd like to thank my advisor, Miss Maria Wilder, my family, and everyone else at TLCI for the constant support and confidence in me. Thank you.
Samantha. I've been TLCI for 4 years. I enjoy learning, especially when it comes to art, science, and history. I draw, paint, write poems, and stories. I enjoy the works of Edgar Allan Poe and Shakespeare. When it comes to science, I enjoy everything from biology to astronomy. I have cared and raised a variety of farm animals and been a 4-H member, hatched eggs with an incubator, helped manage the poultry building at the Jefferson County Fair, and entered my own poultry in the fair. I traveled out west with my mom last year and visited some of our national parks and was most impressed by Dinosaur National Monument and Badlands National Park with their prehistoric history. In studying history, I like learning about people and events and how they have brought about today, the world we live in today. Some of the ones that made an impression on me were the Great Depression, the Vietnam War, the Holocaust, and the Dust Bowl. Going to the Society for Creative Anachronism with my mom, an organization that studies and recreates medieval history, brought history to life for me. Learning about women in history has made me realize that we all can play a part in making the world better. I want to thank my tutor, Cheryl Mansley, for always being the one who helped me when I got over my fear of asking for help. I also want to thank Sally Woodall, Maria Wilder from TLCI, and my parents. I know I still have a lot to learn, but I look forward to continuing my education and facing challenges that come my way. For now, I'm excited and happy to be graduating from high school.
Ruth Seckler.
Good morning. My name is Ruth Secular. I choose to use The Sims, a life simulation game, to reflect upon my high school experience. From the beginning, when I was sad and not reading books like Siddhartha and Gilgamesh, to where I am now, debating the ethics of Animal Farm. Athena and Jordan are Sims characters I created to reflect two sides of me. Athena is very intelligent, goofy, and clumsy, whereas Jordan is ambitious, childish, and loves the outdoors. First, Athena and Jordan attend a beach party given by the Great Gatsby. Gatsby's party is a little too much for me. Too elegant, too fancy, and it's an uncomfortable place. And why would I go to a party with no bagels? At Gatsby's house, Athena and Jordan run into Bartleby and Melville. Bartleby is a gloomy fellow who won't move from the back table, and Melville is a member of the Genius Club. Actually created Bartleby. I emphasize with Bartleby. I would say at the back table too. I've always been interested in film, so Athena and Jordan move on to meet Lila and Adam, who are the creators from my original screenplay, Bridge Over Troubled Water. Lila and Adam are debating suicide. The screenplay captures my thoughts on depression and becomes an important part of my desire to create film, my future. After the bridge, Athena and Jordan arrive at Animal Farm with the sign, 4 legs good, 2 legs bad. I'm disgusted by the actions of the pigs, and thus the actions of the humans. I thought it was gross when the animals couldn't tell the difference between pigs and the humans. The sign became 4 legs good, 2 legs better. In conclusion, I realize I enjoy critiquing affluence, being a writer, remarking upon what is gross, loving literary language, capturing profound human moments, and realizing that the closing of a door of my formal education was the opening of another one. Thank you.
To say that my high school career has been challenging would be a bit of an understatement. Because of certain health issues, it was hard for me to maintain a comfortable balance between focusing on my health and focusing on my schoolwork. When I found TLCI, I saw that I could be the one in charge of my education instead of following a curriculum created by someone who wasn't concerned about my well-being. If there's one thing I'll take away from my time at TLCI, it's that anything can be a learning experience if I think about it the right way. And so in addition to my regular classes, I could turn a marathon of Law and Order Special Victims Unit into a paper about the criminal justice system and how it's represented in modern media. When my mom had her first hip surgery, I often found myself helping her. I realized that I could do some research and write a paper about the surgery to create a class on health and caretaking. As I said, I will take this kind of learning with me in other parts of my life. This fall, I will attend Goucher College to study biology. While I'm proud of what I've accomplished on my own, there are a few people I'd like to thank for helping me get here. My family, for not giving up on me and guiding my search for a school that I could be comfortable in. My therapist, Cindy, for listening to what I had to say and helping me come up with solutions. My advisor, Miss Maria, for always reminding me to not underestimate myself. And my tutors, Bernie, Cornelia, and Miss Dana, for helping me reach my full potential in physics, math, and English. It was a long journey, but it would have been even longer if you guys hadn't given me the support I needed. When I'm finally working as a zookeeper, I hope you'll come see me with my elephant in my element.
Let me get my glasses. Thank you. TLCI works with learning centers around the world. In 2008, TLCI partnered with Bina Abyakta, a shelter for students with autism in Jakarta, Indonesia. Bina Abyakta offers students a variety of enrichment activities, functional academics, and vocational skills. And as for music, the shelter holds a musical event every semester performing before a public audience. This year, their band performed in Japan and won the award for Best Rhythm. I meet with our students and their tutors and teachers every quarter via Skype. They present their projects, they perform, they ask me questions, they inspire me, and sometimes bring me to tears. It's my pleasure to introduce our 2016 graduates from Bina Abyakta, Jakarta, Indonesia, Joshua Kendrico Kendi, Joey Santoso, Kezia Kuryakin Cebu, and Jeremy Winata. And if we're ready, we're going to Skype them in.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Joshua Kendrico Kendi, and I come from Jakarta, Indonesia. I am a part of Yayasan Bina Abyakta in Jakarta, finished high school there, and graduate from the TLCI program. I feel excited graduating from high school and sharing my story with all of you. I am happy about many achievements. One of the important achievements is expanding my art skill by learning about creative graphic design. I learned to use Adobe Photoshop and Adobe Illustrator. With those programs, I can make posters, greeting cards, and designs for merchandise. I also learned to play bass guitar. In the beginning, it was difficult to play the bass guitar. I practiced playing bass guitar 2 times a week, and I practiced playing bass guitar very hard, so I could be good at playing bass guitar. I was also a part of a theater drama in my school called A Story, A Story. I played a leading role as Anand. This experience was very exciting and a lot of fun. The highlight of my high school journey was receiving the Best Rhythm Award with my band called The Speedster at the Autistic Talent Gala Asia in Hong Kong. I was surprised and so happy to win the title. All of my hard work in high school resulted in having many achievements and becoming a better person. My interests in life are traveling, listening to music, and working on the computer. In the future, I want to become a musician and work in an office as a graphic designer. I will work very hard every day to achieve my goals. Thank you to my parents, my family, all of my teachers, Nancy, and TLCI, who helped and supported me along the way. I hope I can keep making all of you proud.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Joey Santoso, and I'm from Jakarta, Indonesia. I studied in the TLCI High School program in Yayasan Bina Abyakta. I want to share my high school story. It has been a wonderful journey. Many special things happen in high school, and I enjoy learning new things. I love archaeology, paleontology, science, history, and Lego building. I discovered my sketching ability. I have been able to earn money by selling beautiful sketches. One time I got a chance to visit the Presidential Palace in Bogor, and I sketched in front of Joko Widodo, the President of Republic Indonesia. I felt it was a great honor for him to watch me sketch. Now I expanded my art skills by learning graphic design on the computer program using Adobe Photoshop and Adobe Illustrator to creating designs for greeting cards, t-shirts, and posters. I saw my outline made design for merchandise and t-shirts. I enjoy being in drama, performance, at several events. I got to play one of the main characters, the Sky God, in A Story. I feel good about the drama. It was actually a part of my language class, but it grew to be something that people enjoying to watch and got many appreciations. My friends and I also got to chance to show that drama in several events, even perform it in front of the Minister of Education in Indonesia. For a while, I worked at the Lotte Mark office to make posters. That was an interesting experience. I have many interesting things in life. In the near future, I dream of being a Lego digital designer and graphic designer. I believe with hard work and prayers, I can reach my dream. Throughout my journey, I have learned many things, and for that, I have become a better person. I want to thank my parents, my brother, my teachers, and of course, Miss Nancy for all of their support.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Kezia Kuryakin Sibuya, and I'm from Jakarta, Indonesia. I'm a part of Yayasan Bina Abhyakta, and I feel excited to graduate from the TLCI High School program. I have had many achievements in high school. One of my greatest achievements was to win the Best Rhythm Award in Hong Kong with my band, the Speedster 3. My friend and I performed Lady Madonna by the Beatles in the Hong Kong Academy of Performing Arts. I felt so happy to win the award. During my visit in Hong Kong, I went to Hong Kong Disneyland for the first time. It was all a wonderful experience. Another amazing experience was being in a drama called A Story, A Story. I feel thrilled to play a fairy. I wear a beautiful white long dress with wings. In my computer art skill, I have learned many new programs. I learned AutoCAD, Adobe Photoshop, 3D Max, and Adobe Premiere. In AutoCAD, I can make a home design of my future home or someone else's home. Then, I import it to 3D Max to make the home look real. In Adobe Premiere, I learned to edit video. I even create a trailer for movies. It was hard to do it at first, but later, with lots of practice, I was able to do it. At the end, I gave a presentation about a minimalist home design. I did well on my presentation and I felt happy. I continue to practice my hand sketching skills also. My sketches and paintings were sold to many people. I feel proud to earn money from my sketches. One of my other interests in life is to go traveling. Some of the places that I want to visit are California and Tennessee. My dream is to be a teacher in the future. Finally, I will say thank you to my parents, teachers, and Nancy. I try my best to work hard.
Konnichiwa, everyone. My name is Jeremy Minata, and I'm from Jakarta, Indonesia. I feel satisfaction about going to Yayasan Bina Abhyakta to finish high school and graduate from the TLCI program. I had an exciting high school journey as I experienced new things. I learned to use Adobe, Illustrator, and Photoshop to create designs for the Lunar New Year, such as Purple House, Purple Person, and Red Angpao. I feel challenged learning graphic design. It is hard to, but I keep trying. I hope someday I will make a magazine cover design. Music is one of my favorite interests in life. I love to sing. I've been singing many songs in front of audiences at a lot of events in Indonesia. I even performed for many important people in Indonesia, such as in front of the ministers and governor of the capital city of Indonesia. When I am up on stage, I feel blissful and joyful. My other favorite activities are communicating with other people and expanding my network in the community. I have a lot of dreams for my future. I wish to be a singer or a DJ to entertain people, but I want to be a designer too. I also would like to work in a company in the human resource department because I would interview people and get to know people's backgrounds. I hope of my dreams come true. At this time, I concentrate on learning graphic design every week, practicing music, and maintaining interaction with others. Thank you, my parents, teachers, and Nancy for supporting me to become the right person that I am today. I will work hard to achieve my goals. Sayonara, everyone.
Good morning, my name is Hajeck Kim. My high school years were like a roller coaster. There were a lot of ups and downs, and I certainly did learn a large variety of lessons and develop not only my education but also my perspective on life. When I was a freshman, I did not have such a positive attitude. I was very lazy and held off working on school tasks. I'm not proud that I was not the most diligent student at school. I was often spending time with friends and ignoring what was the most important task as a high school student. I struggled with this obstacle for a long period of time, but I learned that my first priority should be my schoolwork. I was also able to learn the value of having a true social bonding with people. I made a great relationship with friends and teachers. I cannot say that I overcame all of my bad habits, but I can say that I took a tremendous step reaching toward my idea of perfection. After I graduate, I want to continue improving and I want to challenge myself in diverse fields of study. I still do not know which field of study is my passion. I would love to identify it and put all of myself into academics. When I go to college, my goal is to mature and be able to tell people around me that I reached my idea of perfection. 3 years of boarding school and homeschool did inspire me to be a better person and taught me how to stand up for myself when I get stuck with obstacles. I cannot wait to go to college and learn another good lesson. Finally, I want to thank my parents and Mr. Gim and Alex now for helping me through the process.
Good morning, my name is Jungkook Kim. I would like to start by thanking TLCI for the great success it had led me to. It was a remarkable experience to be taught in an environment different from an average classroom setting. By learning in a setting with only one teacher, I had a better understanding of the education I was receiving, whatever subject I was studying. The main difficulty of this whole journey was describing to my close friends about this way of alternative education. They all thought normal education was the only way to go, but I told them that that was a narrow way of pursuing our educational possibilities. They remarked about the negative possibilities about my alternative education. Some said that I might not be able to succeed or get into a great college. As of now, I've been only getting acceptance letters, proving all of them wrong. Some of my friends now regret not taking this path with me. My greatest satisfaction is that I took a different path than the majority in spite of the doubts and challenges from others. And I have learned even more than I thought I would in my academic subjects and about myself. I am interested in studying more to develop talents and skills I can use to help others in need. For me to reach this goal, I need a proper education in college. At this time, I'm not sure which college I will attend, but my next step is to ace college. After that, I plan to get a job to achieve my goals and give back to the people who've helped me along the way. I would like to thank my wonderful family and friends, as well as my excellent TLCI teachers. Mr. Smith, Ms. Stemple, Mr. John Gim, Mr. Alex Na, Mrs. Ji-won Yoon, Soo-hyun Lee, Hyung Kyung, and Ms. Na.
Yes, I will. First of all, I'd like to recognize the 3 graduates we have from Korea, only 2 of which you saw speak today. That's Ho-jae Kim, Young-hoo Kim, and Sumin Ko, who you did not see speak. I'd like to first of all recognize John Gim. who is who's been working with TLCI since 2010. He is the director of TLCI Korea, and providing all kinds of services and partnerships and helping to build TLCI's partnerships and awareness, not only in Korea, but also in China and Singapore. So I want to recognize him and thank John for all of his work. I'd like to point out a couple of things. You may have noticed what one of I think I'm sure I think it might have been Jung Hoo say. He said that how his friends would tell him he's going to fail. And this is very endemic in Korea and in the Asian communities themselves. It's very rigid. You follow a certain path. You deviate from that path. You're going to fall off into a big chasm, never to be seen from again. Well, actually, I'm very proud to say that all of us in TLCI, and John Gim being the spearhead of that in Korea, that our way of educating children is beginning to actually have an impact at the highest order of the educational department in Korea, where they are now training their counselors to start looking for children who are a little bit out of the ordinary. This is very unusual. This is very new, because I begin to find that this rigid way of doing things was great when everything was a factory, not anymore. That innovation and flexibility are really keys to the future of Korea and all of us, actually, because sitting here doing the same thing we've been doing is not going to work anymore. In fact, for a lot of businesses, it works for about, 30 seconds? And then we have to be able to move very quickly forward. So thank you, John Gim, for all of your work and helping not only TLCI, but Korea move to a different kind of educational opportunity. Now, TLCI is not just another school. It is really a way of learning. It's a way of life. That's the way we envisioned it from the beginning. That's what we did with our own children from way back when. It's really truly an educational alternative. Depending upon how far each individual, wherever they may be, we do have that kind of flexibility. We really want to thank the graduates and all of them for sharing your stories and your future today. Now, our graduates do not wear gowns, caps, or other symbols of traditional schooling, because TLCI is not a traditional educational institution. We present no pins, ribbons, or other superficial frills to disappear into a drawer, never to be seen the light of day again. Our goal for over 32 years has and always will be a commitment to provide the highest quality service and value to our families, wherever they may be. To that end, TLCI's gift to our graduates is a physical symbol of our commitment to quality and value. We live in a rapidly expanding global environment. And our graduates are going to be more than the sum of their schooling. There's a high demand for men and women who can think critically, who can tackle complex challenges, who can build things from the ground up. Leaders who know how to take initiative and get things done. Individuals who are comfortable with rapid change. In short, the world is looking for men and women just like our graduates. So as a reminder of our graduation and in honor of your commitment to yourselves and your future, we present you with a 2016 minted US silver dollar. And on the back, we also just remind you where I came from so that you don't forget. There's going to be a lot of challenges. You already overcome many of those in high school, and bumps along the road. But the future welcomes you with open arms. And my wish for you today is to forge a life that is worthy of you. Because in the end, you will not regret that you made your own choices, nor will you regret the great things you have done. But you will regret the choices and the opportunities you let slip by. So best wishes for you for a successful future and a happy life. And may this gift remind each of you to make the hard choices through life that will result in the success you will deserve. How about a round of applause, our graduates, for a job well done, and we're going to call you up again. We would like to go ahead and call the graduates again to offer you. We actually have more than one gift, so I think Nancy, you want to just say a little bit about the other gift we have.
Right. So Eric Reed is an advisory board member. He's not here today. But he and his wife, Chrisoria, are the owners of Spangvola Chocolatier. He couldn't be with us, but he sent gift bags for our graduates. He and his wife are also the owners of Spangvola Chocolatier. It's a vertically integrated cocoa manufacturer with family cocoa farms in the Dominican Republic and boutiques and factories in Gaithersburg. And he's also provided a beautiful selection of chocolates in the back for everyone afterwards. So we have these gifts here.
So why don't we call you up so we can present you the gift, and you can take one more picture. Take that one off the gift. All right, so let's have James Carnes. James, congratulations again. Good job, good job. Thank you. For Klein Evans. Samantha, take it away. Thank you. Ruth, that's one up. Just 15 more.
Thank you.
Did you get it? Did you get it? No. I was waiting. And of course, Moira Sullivan. You got it?
Okay, you guys are going, okay, let's move it along. All right. Okay. These are the parting words. For over 30 years, my favorite part of the year is TLCI's graduation. Thank you all for sharing your personal thoughts and reflections of your learning adventures. It's truly why I continue to do what I do, to hear from you. Over the past several decades, there's a lot of talk about passion. Follow your passion, discover your passion. What's your passion? It can be a lot of pressure. Kids are saying, I don't know what my passion is. I don't have one. Oh, no. When some of you first enrolled, you might have felt a little intimidated with customizing your courses based on what you're interested in and what you're passionate about. You may never have had the freedom to explore what you might be interested in or what you were really good at. But because of TLCI's philosophy of facilitating you with the freedom and time to explore, you're well on your way to identifying what you're really good at, what you love to do, your passion, and fulfilling your dreams. I once read Steven Spielberg's thoughts on dreams. You know Steven Spielberg, right? You know, director, screenwriter, Jurassic Park. And kind of paraphrasing, he said, dreams always come from behind you, not right between your eyes. They kind of sneak up on you. Your dream doesn't often come at you screaming in your face, this is who you are, this is what you must be for the rest of your life. Sometimes a dream almost whispers. The hardest thing to listen to, your instincts, your personal intuition, it always whispers. It never shouts. It can be hard to hear. So every day of your lives, be ready to hear what whispers in your ear. It rarely shouts. And if you can listen to the whisper, and if it touches your heart, and it's something you think you want to do for the rest of your life, then that's going to be what you do. And we will all benefit from everything that you do. So in closing, I'd like to thank Senior Advisor Marie Wilder and her student assistant, Nolan Carnes, for creating such a celebratory mood with all the decorations and the delicious refreshments. I want to thank Sarah Sagalo for her expert guidance in preparing all of our graduates for today's events, and thank you for the photography. I want to send a special thanks to Eric for all the chocolates. Thank you, Glenn Garnes and the tech team for making it possible for all of our international students and families and friends to be with us today. Thanking our members of the team, our advisors, the tutors, the teachers, the specialists, the business professionals, and our advisory board members. They share our passion of individual empowerment. They work directly with our students and our families, providing guidance and encouragement and opportunities throughout the year. I recognize all the parents for their courage and dedication to individual empowerment, to the grandparents, to the families and friends who have been part of your adventure. Thank you all for bringing this day to fruition. And finally, to our guest of honors, you, our graduates, thank you. Without you, TLCI would be a very interesting idea, but we would never really know if the TLCI program really did all the things we claimed if you did not embrace this adventure. Thank you for investing in yourselves and sharing your journey with us. So at the conclusion, the graduates can come forward for a group photo, and afterwards parents can take more photos, and please join us in the back for refreshments. Congratulations, 2016. If you could stand up and face your parents.
Graduates are going to go down the middle. They get the food first. There we go.